Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Yes, I know I've been gone for quite a bit, and the inconsistency is just getting unbelievable on this channel. But we're going to try, no promises, but we're going to try and get back into the swing of things. Before we go on with this video, which you've already seen in the title, I quickly like to say I feel like it's only appropriate. My condolences and thoughts and prayers with the families and friends of both Billy McNeil and Stevie Chalmers. And this sad time for Celtic, for everyone associated with the football club. It's incredibly sad what's happened over the last week. Two of the greatest and most important players in the club's history sadly leaving us. I mean, I don't even need to put any words how important these men were. You all know. Two, idols. Two of the most important figures that you could imagine surrounding the club. You have one, the captain of the Lisbon Lions, and one who scored the winning goal of that team to win us the European Cup. It wasn't for two of these men, out of the whole team. If it wasn't for these two, we wouldn't have a star above the badge. We wouldn't be at the point that Celtic is right now, the club that we are. These are two men from the greatest team in football history, in my opinion. And it's sad to see two lost in such a short space of time. Both men deserving nothing but respect. And I mean, their achievements, I could sit here all day and list. So, once again, thoughts and prayers with the family. And gone but not forgotten, back in the video. Back to a bit of a happier tone. You can already see what the video is on today. I've already attempted to record this video twice, in fact. It was maybe up 3 days ago. Had the wrong mic on, and it was meant to be up about an hour ago, and realised I had no mic on. So here we go, third attempt. I'm going to try and channel everything that I've already said. I might not say it with the same passion anymore, might not say it with the same excruciating detail as I went in the last couple of attempts. It's been a shit show to say the least, and it's this kind of thing that makes you not upload videos when disasters like this happens. It just makes you drained and you can't be arsed. But we're here to discuss my final opinion on the Celtic job heading forward past this season. Should Neil Lennon be given the Celtic job? That is the big question, and I'm going to start off very bluntly, very honestly, by saying no. Neil Lennon should not be given the Celtic job past this summer. And I say that with all respect and niceness as possible. Tone may suggest otherwise. Let me go and say this before I go any further, because every time I made one of the next Celtic manager videos on this channel, when I spoke about, your Martinez's, your Villas-Boas's, your Wagner's, anybody who wasn't Neil Lennon, there would be a flood of comments saying, but Neil Lennon's a Celtic man. You've got to love Neil Lennon. I'll give Neil Lennon the job. He's a man for 10 in a row. Respect. You've not got any respect for him. No. Can I just say straight away, I have nothing but the utmost respect for Neil Lennon. I adore Neil Lennon as a man who has given a lot of his life to Celtic Football Club. Both as a player and a manager, I have nothing but admiration for the guy, and I always have adored him. He is a man who lives, breathes, and would die by Celtic. He is influential in every sense of the word. A great man who has had his time at Celtic as manager, but his time was 2012, 2013, 2014. Those years. That was his time as Celtic manager. His time now is gone. A lot of people like to use the argument in the comment section. Look how Neil Lennon done with us in European football. He took us to the last 16. He beat Barcelona. These results don't merit him as Celtic manager. This is my main point towards that argument of look at his performance in European football. Football has changed dramatically. I've said this 3 times now. Football has changed dramatically in every way since Neil Lennon was last Celtic manager. You may only think it's 7 years and not too much has changed. You still have a lot of the same players there. You still have your Messis. You still have your Ronaldos. There's a lot of players have came and gone, but generally you still have that same kind of stature. It's not like it was 1967 and now. It was 7 years, but the way money has changed football in that short 7 years is unbelievable. In 2012, the record transfer was still Cristiano Ronaldo to Manchester United for the fee of £80 million. In that time, we've seen Bale smash that record, we've seen Pogba smash that record, we've seen Mbappe smash that record, and we've seen Neymar move to PSG for £200 million. And you may be thinking, yes, this is only about the big clubs, Ryan, you're talking about here. You're talking about your English teams, your PSGs, your Real Madrids. No, this spans all over Europe. Teams have become better. Teams have been able to access more money. Owners from everywhere are buying over clubs. Teams are improving. You saw at the start of this season when we tried to get into the Champions League, we fell and we failed. We fell to the feet of AEK Athens, who is a team who, you know, would usually you sit and people go, we have a chance of beating them, good, but Celtic should be able to beat them. But no, we were embarrassed. We were beaten. We were clearly second best to them. There was no luck. There was no, you know, short, fine margins. We were second best because football has changed so much. Back in 2012, we were able to compete with the likes of Spartak Moscow, AC Milan, Barcelona in the group stage. But now we get humiliated off teams like that. Teams of similar standards. Zenit St. Petersburg humiliated us. Valencia humiliated us at Celtic Park. Barcelona beating us 5-6, 7-0. Big complexion to that season under Neil Lennon. So much has changed in world football for every team of every standard to have improved. Celtic are one of the teams who, yes, we may have improved on the pitch, but with other teams improving alongside us, it doesn't feel like there's much progression, and we need a manager who's going to be able to get us past that progression stage. We need someone, and I don't think that man is Neil Lennon. Ultimately, I feel like he's came in to steady the ship, and thank you, Neil Lennon, for coming in, helping us secure 8 in a row, help perhaps guide us to a treble, but that's all that I feel like his job should be. I don't think he should be here any further to take us to 9-10 in a row. I don't feel secure going for 9-10 in a row with Neil Lennon in charge, and I love him, and it's just, how have the performances went? That is the main talking point that we need to talk about. Neil Lennon's performances since coming back to the Celtic manager role have not been great. They have been very poor. We've relied on last minute goals. We've relied on a lot of luck. The players have looked lackadaisical. They have looked lazy. They look as though there is no hunger there. There's been a lot of times where players have been standing on the park like lumps of wood. They don't know what to do. It just feels like there is nothing there at all. And I don't know what that has came down to. I don't know if it's because it's Lennon in charge. I don't know if there's just a lack of motivation there. Whatever it is, it's a team in need of rejuvenation, tactically and personnel-wise. Tactically, I feel like Neil Lennon has got this massive struggle and is very naive when it comes to a lot of situations. Examples I used on last night's show with CJ on his channel was we played Hibs last week. We drew 0-0. We looked terrible before Rogic came on. We looked bad. And they had two very slow, over 30-year-old wingers, fullbacks, sorry, not wingers. David Gray and Louis Stevenson. Maybe not very slow, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. But then we have two players like Burke and Weah sitting on the bench who could easily make an impact and change the play of that game, but they're on the bench when we could be exploiting that lack of pace at their fullback positions. We didn't do that. And Cham started that game. It should have been Rogic. Rogic came off the back of scoring in the semi-final. He was gathering more minutes and Cham was still unfit. Rogic, granted, not the fittest as well, but should have started the game. And we've seen that when Rogic came on. Once again, I just think it's a lot of signs of tactical naiveness. Is that a word? I don't know. I'm going to invent it anyway. I just feel like there is so much that can be done on the park that Neil Lennon just misses. And that is with all greatest respect. I couldn't do it. You know, anybody could be in charge, I suppose, and that could happen. I could be in charge, Kermit the Frog could be in charge, Neil Lennon could be in charge, and we'd complain about things like that, but I just don't think the performances have merited. We just look as though there's no desire or want there. It doesn't look like the players want to play for Neil Lennon. They may want to big it up and say it in interviews and such, but it doesn't look like that on the park. There's been 2 games this season. 2 games where I feel like Celtic have displayed, well Neil Lennon's been charged past Rodgers' time. 2 games where I feel like there was want and desire in that team. One being the derby, because obviously it's a derby. Anybody could be fucking in charge and the team are going to play because you don't want to lose to your rivals. I mean, fucking anybody could be in charge. And we played with that desire. The only other game was the semi-final against Aberdeen because something huge was on the line. That was the treble. If we went out and said I went in with no confidence that game, really. I went in with some sort of confidence, but not a massive amount of it. Because of how we were playing up to that point, we just lack that cutting edge. Ultimately, we blew Aberdeen out of the water that day. Because we played with a want, we played with a desire, and it looked as though we were hungry for something. But we've lacked that at home. We have struggled against the likes of Livingston. Away, we have been shaky. I just don't think Neil Lennon can take the job next season. And yes, how many better options are we going to get? I don't know. We need to raise, as Celtic fans, we need to get this pickiness and this stubborn attitude out the road about Celtic men. Yes, it'd be great to have a Celtic man at the helm that knows what he's doing. But there's not many options there. As the tweet that I retweeted that I thought put it perfectly, is it summed it up was, if Pep Guardiola was favourite for the Celtic job, we turn him down as Celtic fans because he's not a Celtic man. We need to erase this attitude. We need to take someone who's a winner, someone who's going to come in, we know is going to deliver us 9-10 in a row without doubt. A man like Rafael Benitez, if he was a realistic option. I don't feel that under Neil Lennon. And it's just ultimately my opinion. So it's a dodgy one. But let me know your opinions. I know I'm going to get a lot of disagreements. Like and subscribe as always. And I'll see you all next time.